Now let's move on to let's move on in our 1980 world, 1984 world. 2 + 2 = 5. Kind of media formula where nothing makes sense anymore. Let's go to politics, since that's where they always take it. Let's go to politics. Let's go to Mitt Romney. His overseas trip been described by the press as gaff-tastic, gaff-filled, and his mouth runneth over. Of course, when Barack Obama went overseas, and really ever since, he was gaff-free and picture-perfect. Those are quotes, by the way. So what did Romney do on his trip that was so bad? Well, he had the nerve to allege that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Pat, is that true or false? Is that statement true or false?
It's a true statement.
Okay. Stu, is that true or false?
According to the Israelis, it's true.
Hey, Jeffy, according to the map, according to the location of the capital, according to the location of the prime minister's office, according to the location of all political offices, where would the capital of Jerusalem be, or the capital of Israel?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't say it just because it's true.
Yeah. Well, it's like saying, I'm not going to tell you where the capital of the United States is.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to tell you that that London is the capital of England. I'm not sure where. I mean, that's ridiculous. That shows his gaff-tasticness, doesn't it?
It does.
What a great word to screw up. He also said that there's a huge difference in the cultures of Israel and Palestine. He mentioned their respective GDPs as an example. Romney cited Israel's per capita GDP at $21,000. Palestine's at $10,000. It's actually more like $31,000 to $1,500. So it's not 2 times the GDP. It's closer to 30 times. Far more dramatic than even he indicated. If you were talking about that's his gaffe, okay, I'd be with you. But that's not what they were doing. Now, to Americans who are more like Israelis in every way, value-wise, culturally, democratically, that doesn't seem gaffish. To the media, whose sensibilities lie with the supposed oppressed, occupied, and picked-upon Palestinians, it was horrific. But that's just because they're on the wrong side. Why the Israelis restrict movement. Why the Israelis box people in. They tell them where they can and cannot work. No, I've been to Israel. No, they don't. Any American who has actually looked into it knows that while there are checkpoints, after 50 years of terrorist attacks, 50 years of terrorist attacks, do you think we're not going to put checkpoints up? Damn right. After having school buses and Seder dinners blown apart by murderous, hate-filled suicide bombers, how many times would we sit by and have our Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner blown up before you say, you know what? I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go through this checkpoint. Palestinians are free to work wherever they choose. Wherever they choose. They create businesses. They conduct their own elections, which they did. And they elect a terrorist organization to govern the people. And it's too gaffacious to mention the cultural difference? Really? Barack Obama, the picture-perfect one, panders to AIPAC one day.
Now, let me be clear. Israel's security is sacrosanct. It is non-negotiable. And Jerusalem will remain the capital of Israel, and it must remain undivided.
Okay, so he panders one day and then contradicts it the next day.
This was an example where we had some poor phrasing in the speech, and we immediately tried to correct the interpretation that was given.
Okay.
The point we were simply making is that we don't want barbed wire running through Jerusalem, similar to the way it was prior to the 67 war.
Okay, so the point was that he was simply making is that he just didn't want barbed wire running through Jerusalem like it was prior to the 67 war. But then he turns around and he tells Israel this.
We believe the borders of Israel and Palestine should be based on the 1967 lines with mutually agreed swaps.
Okay,
so that secure and recognized borders are established for both states.
Wait a minute. You didn't want, you just, wait, hold it. You said that it's sacrosanct, and it has to be the capital, but then you said, no, that's not, that was what we were, is that we just didn't, what we don't want is the prompter. No, what I was saying was that we don't want barbed wire running like it was in 67. No, that's not right. What I'm saying was that what I'm saying here is I think everybody knows we just want things to be like it was in 1967. What? I don't think you was make any sense. But don't worry, none of that is gaff-tastic, gaff-filled, gaffalicious. It's sheer, unadulterated perfection, personified. He is the Messiah. The media is irritating, but irrelevant. It's like a little gnat. After a while, that's really irritating. But here's what happens. Welcome to GBTV. Welcome to talk radio. Welcome to the internet. Welcome to the 912 Project. Welcome to the Tea Party. Welcome to Freedom Works. Welcome to America. We are the ultimate fly swatter. They're irrelevant. Let them rant and rave. Let them dig their own grave. This November, Americans will pick the man who best represents American principles and values. And if those principles and values are now more closely aligned with the Palestinians, well, then we will get what we deserve. If that's what we choose in a free and fair election, if we choose to stand more with the Palestinians than the Israelis, then we deserve everything we will get from that decision. But I truly believe we're going to get what we deserve, and it's not that. We will do much, much better than that. Got it.